という次第でございまして、原がくるみさんを新しい彼女として迎え入れさせていただいてもよろしいでしょうか。
はいはい、そんで今回はサブカル系、それとも魔法少女とか。
腹ペコ系だ。
原宿系みたいに言うなや。
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best anime to kick off 2025.
あなたを誰が見てもスケートの天才だって思うくらい上手な選手にする。
Number 10, the Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world.
というか、なんなのあのやけにキレのある謎の動きは。
We all know that the Isekai genre is beyond saturated by this point, so it takes something a little extra to stand out. A red Power Ranger being transported to a medieval fantasy world, then going on to defeat monsters and magic users with ludicrous sentai logic. Now that we can get behind. A loving satire of all things Super Sentai, watching a Red Ranger embark on a D&D campaign fueled by the power of friendship and explosions never stops being hilarious.
しまった！こんな狭い洞窟の中じゃマキシマムキズナカイザーはギュウギュウになって身動きが取れない！
嘘でしょ！
Who needs a natural 20 when you can summon a mecha at the drop of a hat? Number 9, Toilet-Bound Hanako-Kun Season 2. Well, this was long overdue.
いいじゃんね。
After years of waiting, the ghost boy lurking in the lavatory has finally returned to continue his antics, and so far, it's been a delight to watch. Between battles with timekeepers, the blooming romance with Nene and Hanako, as well as the seventh wonders passed as a human, it's nice to see the story continue to unfold along with its signature vibrant visuals.
隠してることない？
Hopefully we won't have to wait nearly as long before it wraps up its long-suffering story. Number 8, Kinnikuman Perfect Origin Arc Season 2.
ついてこい。世紀の一戦を見たい人間たちは鳥取砂丘へお集まりなさい。
Whether you've been a die-hard Kinnikuman fan your entire life, or just love watching anime wrestling, then you're in for a treat. Continuing the battle against the perfect large numbers, this season has been nothing but hands.
もうそいつで俺を潰せないこそ。
Watching the mountain get crushed over the Grand Canyon, all the Chojin factions getting into a deathmatch, Brock and Jr. laying down a Berlin beating, the cheesiness doth overflow, and we are here for it. They even turned the world's oldest pyramid into a wrestling ring. You gotta love the madness. Number 7, Zenshu. It just goes to show that MAPPA aren't only gods when it comes to adapting beloved manga, but also can cook up a storm when it comes to original works. And while far more low-key, we dare say Zenshu is one of their best to date. After a rotten clam cuts her life short, Natsuko, a prodigal animator going through a slump, awakens in her favorite animated movie, where she becomes intrinsically embroiled in its plot. What follows is a whimsical, hilarious, and honestly beautiful take on an isekai, as Natsuko, despite being stuck in a world of fantasy, starts to make true human connections for the first time. And yes, the irony is not lost on us that MAPPA of all people have made an anime that deals with the mental welfare of an overworked animator. Number 6, the 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you. Season 2. The pinnacle of harem anime is back, and oh how we missed it.
だからこれからも私と一緒にご飯食べてくんない？ほらその彼氏とかになってさ。
After essentially putting all others in its genre on blast, Giga Chad Rentaro and his ever-expanding collective of true loves have returned to the fold, bringing with them unfiltered hilarity that continues to somehow be equal parts degenerate and endearing.
何やってんのよバカども。脂肪は胸にもなんのよ。バストアップしてレンタロウちゃんを誘惑すれば。
When he's not adding new love interests to the roster, you can bet the Rentaro and company will find new ways to break the fourth wall in the most ludicrous ways possible, while also parodying everything under the sun. And yes, that includes Dragon Ball.
Super Saiyajin! Fucking!
Number 5, Medalist. If past successes are anything to go by, anime and figure skating are a winning combination, and that certainly continued to prove itself true in the form of Medalist.
速い。ただ滑っているだけなのに、通った後に星が舞うように見える。
United by their fear of being too old to enter the competitive scene, former ice dancer Tsukasa takes the spirited Inori under his wing, where they endeavor to take the sport by storm, and the results are stunning.
私は恥ずかしくないって思いたいの。
The performances, the animation, the heartfelt connection between teacher and student, this is a stirring show that's sure to amaze as well as strike you right in the feels. Yuri walked so Medalist could skate. Number 4, Sakamoto Days. You can take the hitman out the game, but not the game out of the hitman.
恋をした。引退。結婚。出産。そして。坂本は太った。
Despite retiring, settling down, and putting on a few pounds, Sakamoto remains the deadliest assassin out there, which comes in handy when killers start coming out the woodwork to threaten him and his family. A raucous blend of comedy and action, the beloved source material has finally been granted a respectable adaptation that's continued to showcase that, no matter what, you do not mess with Sakamoto. Number 3, Dr. Stone, Science Future. Science never sleeps, and neither does Senku.
良くないことだ。学習能力ごいっす。
Having finally arrived in the US of A, Senku and his gang of would-be scientists are on track to discover the root cause of the phenomenon that turned all of civilization to stone. Except now they have a huge roadblock in the form of Dr. Zeno and his cabaret of mercs, who are more than content with the way the world currently operates.
そこの彼、ミスター・ゲンによればチート科学屋は一人らしい。なら少年科学王国を崩壊させるにはそのリーダーを消せば済む話だ。
Outgunned and outmanned, watching Senku brain blast his way out of one perilous situation at a time will never not make for peak anime viewing.
科学バトル最大の武器は情報だ。スパイ VS スパイ、腹黒たぬきのバカ試合だ。
やっぱり全然違った。
Number 2, The Apothecary Diaries Season 2. Mystery, medicine, and political machinations amongst hundreds of the Emperor's concubines. That's right, Mao Mao is back, baby! And it's just as entrancing as when we last left her.
何があった？
これは実家からの荷物で大したものではありませんので。
おう、お前の実家から。
なんてやつだ。下着が入っていますので。
そうか。
With the rear palace shaken up with the influx of new concubines, as well as shady circumstances surrounding Jinshi's true identity,
いつまでも黙っておくわけにはいかん。
there's no shortage of problems for Mao Mao to solve in her typical unorthodox manner.
一つ一つは微量でも組み合わせ次第で毒になりうる。そんなものを一体誰が持ち込むように仕向けたのか。
Even in a forest of scheming beauties, none shine more than her, though maybe that's just because her put-downs are legendary. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Solo Leveling Season 2.
数では圧倒的に不利だぞ。
どっちが？
Jinu's debut turned out to be an unexpected knockout given the high quality of animation and blistering fight scenes. Season 2 said, "Hold my soju," and showed us what a Shadow Monarch could really do. As his power continues to swell, Jinu not only has to contend with far greater threats emerging from the gates, but also the strongest hunters the world has to offer. By this point, it's not a case of worrying if Jinu can win, it's wondering who among his foes he's going to turn into his next shadow minion.
だけど残念ながら相性は最悪かな。もちろん。お前にとってだがな。
Which of these anime do you think kicked off the new year in style? Let us know in those comments below.
お前ら一体何者ね。
ただの店員だ。
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.